Yo, what's up, you guys? So pretty excited. We've been doing so much translations recently, and I told you guys my goal that I wanted to do all this stuff with the translation with the Aramaic text, and with God's help, hopefully we do it. However, realistically, I don't know how we're gonna do all of it today. With God's help, we'll finish it by the end of the week. But I want to make this video with you guys because this video we're going to be talking about prayer. So prayer is so important. Rabbi Nachman says we got to constantly be praying, and we got to constantly make our Torah in prayer. And I heard Rabbi Meir Alkabetz online, Shlita. He said that God specifically sometimes does not let us get what we want, because he wants us to know that he's in charge and he's the one who's bringing all the success to us. So we got to remember that, and that's why I wanted to make this prayer that we will make Torah into prayer. So this is one of Rabbi Nachman, what the Rabbi Natan, one of Rabbi Nachman's main students, writes what Rabbi Nachman, like his way. And one thing the Rabbi Natan writes, according to the way, of Rabbi Nachman, is that we gotta make our Torah into prayer. We gotta make what we're learning into a prayer. So that's what, with God's help, we're gonna do in this video, because I need you guys. It's pretty exciting for me to make these videos for you guys, and hopefully it will help somebody out there, because hopefully help one of you guys, or and that it helps us all together, because because his way is really saying that we gotta make prayers. We gotta write our own prayers to ourselves, because there's so much stuff we have to do, and we cannot think we can completely understand it. We can dive deeper and deeper in the Torah, and that's what our prayers are. Sometimes, like for example, the Psalms of King David, like in the way I understand it, this is going to the way after I've started doing these prayers of Rabbi Nachman, that King David, he was going through so much struggles, but yet he was writing down his faith that he was going through, that he was asking God, and that was like his journal. And we have to have our own journal that we write our prayers to God. So today, I want to do with you guys some of the journaling I've been doing, and you guys can see. We could do it together. I've been doing the prayers for the Psalms, for like the from like the beginning of Psalms so far to Mem Gimel. That's 43. To the 43 chapter 4 Tehillim 43. So I wanted to do with you guys a couple Psalms because it's fun to do it together, and you guys can kind of understand, and you guys could try to write your own. So we're gonna be trying to write it together. I'm gonna read you guys what I'm trying to do with God's help, and you guys can listen if you want, and if not, whatever. Okay, so the Rabbi Nachman's method is pretty simple. You go and you read anything you want, and you pray to God that you all understand it, right? And that's the way he learned all his Torah. He learned the Arizal's works. He learned the works of the Zohar, and everything he did, he was asking God, please God, like help me understand it. Help me understand the Torah, and God was able to show him. But he did it literally through prayer, and so that's why we're, with God's help, in this video gonna try writing a couple prayers. And we gotta write at least a prayer for at least everything we do every day. I think we gotta do that, because look, so much of our time we spend praying, and we gotta set aside a time to think about what we actually say. We have to pray. We have to make a little prayer for ourselves, for that piece of text, what we read or whatever. All right. So chapter 44. In Psalms 44. All right. What does it say in Psalms 44? La menatzech livnei korach maskil. All right. So we're going to say, Master of the universe, what does it mean, Lamenatseach? What does it mean, Lamenatseach? Livnei Korach Maskil. Please help us understand this. So that's just so far what we got. And I don't know if he said if it's supposed to be public or not. However, our journal is for ourselves, obviously. I think that's what we gotta do. I don't know how you would write a prayer for other people, so we probably have to ask a rabbi how to do it. But this is, I need your help. I need you guys' help. That's why I'm reading to you guys this, because it's nice to feel like you're sharing what you're writing. So this is the method. We gotta write our own prayers always for what we say. Okay. Elohim be'azneinu shamanu avotenu sipru lanu pa'alta b'yemei kedem. Okay, Elohim be'azneinu shamanu. Okay. What does it mean, be'azneinu shamanu avotenu sipru lanu pa'alta. Please help us understand your Torah. Pata. B'yemei kedem. Ata yadcha goim horashta vatitaem tara leumim vateshalchem. All right. Ta yadcha goim horashta. Okay. What does it mean? Ata yadcha yadcha goyim horashta. And you know what? I one time heard in Sipur of the Mittler Rebbe that people don't like to learn Hasidus actually because it makes them feel more self-aware. Just kind of interesting. And I think that when you do these Rabbi Nachman prayers, you feel like super aware of yourself, like super. Like you realize how much, like we realize how much we don't know. And we can always be learning more about Torah. Even I heard this rabbi say, if somebody asks you if you know Torah and you're a very smart Talmid Chacham, like you're a big wise sage or whatever, you can still say you don't know. We could literally say we don't know anything about the Torah because there's so many levels, so many infinite levels. And that's the crazy thing about Rabbi Nachman. Like we're literally like tapping into like just feeling the fact that we can just pray to God about almost literally anything. Not almost, God forbid. Literally, we could pray to Him about everything. Like the fact that we just want to know is like powerful. You know, the fact that we just want to get close to God is powerful, and we gotta write it down. We have to write that down. You know, that's the crazy part about the Rabbi Nachman's method. So we gotta write down our prayers to God. We gotta write a prayer on the Torah. And we got to be thankful, right? However, this lesson that specifically is teaching is specifically on just writing prayer on the Torah, just that we should be like thankful, or no, sorry, not just thankful, obviously yes, but this teaching that he was saying that we have to write prayer is that we have to have a we should ask God, like, when will we be merited to get to this level? Like, when will we finally get to this level? Like, please help us get to this level, so to say. Okay, please help us understand your Torah. What does it mean? Ata yadcha guim horashta. Okay. Horashta. All right. So we're gonna do Psalm 55 now. Psalm 55. So, Tehillim is important because 45. Sorry. We have to say it so many times throughout the year. In Chabad, you say it like every month, literally. On Shabbat Mevarchim. It's crazy. I mean, in a good way. It's like, wow, amazing. Okay, Lametzech al Shoshanim Livnei Korach Maskil Shir Yedidot. Okay. Master of the universe. Please, what does it mean? Lamenatseach al Shoshanim Livnei Korach. Please let David Chaim Ben merit to learn the secrets of your Torah. And so like this, we should write a little prayer for every psalm, every piece of Torah that we learn. I don't know if it should be like completely every single verse, every single letter. However, just like on the generality of it, for the help of our understanding just that part. We should have a little prayer for everything, a little bit, everything in the Torah, and like that, like I personally think like that will help you. It'll help out, and it helps us just desire wanting to keep doing the mitzvot, you know, because we when we have like a little prayer for the thing we're learning, we could pray to God and then continue. We kind of like wrote down our our side of it. Excuse me. And now all the thing we gotta do, the rest is just to do, you know. So, just want to share with you guys a little bit of the Rabbi Nachman method. We can go on and for a while, just doing the prayers with God's help. However, that's the way, and we gotta always keep trying and learning and keep going and going. And the most thing is that we're not allowed to give up. We God forbid we can fall. Sometimes God forbid. And if we fall, we gotta get right up. And the most important thing is we gotta keep trying and keep learning and keep. And if it means we gotta make a video and see if there's anybody out there who needs help, and reach out, then we gotta do it. It's not worth running away from this life, because we could actually help other people. We can connect, we can network. So much stuff we can do, so much stuff we could learn, especially in the Torah, and there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff that we gotta watch out for. However, we have to remember, and this is what I think I heard this also from Rabbi Meir Alkabetz Shlita, right? That the Torah is the middle. We have to start with prayer, we have to learn, which is in the middle, and we have to end with the prayer, and we gotta keep learning again. So literally all of our things that we're doing is we have a prayer, Torah, prayer, Torah, prayer, Torah, prayer, and constantly this is the way of everything. We gotta always be praying, and even just 5 minutes a day is powerful, as long as we're doing it consistently, just speaking with God. So at least 5 minutes a day, and also to write down prayers is very important, like he was saying earlier. All right, other than that, I wish you guys a good success. Write down in the comments what you guys been finding interesting, and interesting stories you heard, maybe of righteous people, because that inspires a lot of people, and makes you makes you even more smarter if you share stories of righteous people. So share for sure in the comments below, and with God's help, we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, all the best, you guys. Peace.